What's going on, y'all? James Fitness here, and today we are going to talk about the most slept on muscle group, man. The most slept on muscle group. We talk about the adductors, man. We talk about the adductors. We talk about the hip adductors, man. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. All right. So the hip adductors consist of five major muscles. So all your adductor muscles, your adductor brevis, adductor longus, adductor magnus, as well as your pectineus and gracilis, right? So your adductor muscles attaches from the pubis bone, coming all the way down towards the tibia. So it attaches at like I guess medially of the tibia. It definitely it runs down going close towards the tibia, so the shin bone, right? So the main jobs of your adductor muscles are to adduct or to bring your hip muscles or your thighs together, right? That's not the only function. They definitely assist in hip flexion. So bringing your knees up towards you, flexing your hips. All right. So they have duality, man. They definitely have duality. So what they really do is they help stabilize your your posture. So keep your posture like nice and stable. All right. Now also because they also like I said they assist in hip flexion. So think of this, right? Let's say your adductors are tight, right? And you have a hard time like squatting, whatever the case may be, like getting down, really getting down in that hole. Okay. Reason being you have a hard time getting in a hole is because your adductors are not active. You're not consciously using your adductors, right? And like I said, your adductors help assist in hip flexion. You need a great amount of hip flexion to really sink your hips into the in the hole and during the squat. All right. So we definitely want to work on being conscious of using our adductors. So what does this look like during a squat? So think of a plie. When you're squatting, as you're going down, you want to plie. You want to open up, right? So you want to open up your adductors as much as possible. So this is where agonist and antagonist muscle works, right? So as you're squatting, as you're doing a plie, right, the adductors are stretching. As one muscle stretches, the other contracts. Okay? So as you're going down into the squat, you're plieing, and what's happening is because you're plie, you're stretching, that's also allowing your hips to flex more so you can sink your hips lower into the hole. Now, as also, like I said, agonist and antagonist. So as you're stretching out your adductors, guess what's working? Your hip abductors. So we talk about adductors, ADD, but when you're stretching your ADD, your adductors, you're contracting your abductors, your ABD ductors, right? We're talking about the glute muscles, right? What are the glute muscles for? Those muscles in particular, they're used to externally rotate the hip or stabilize the hip, right? So we need our adductors, man. We definitely need to make sure our adductors are strong. If the adductors are weak, what's going to happen? Those groin muscles are going to be more susceptible to groin pain. All right. Um, there's something else I want to touch. Oh, let's talk about the optics of the adductors, right? Let's say you're trying to build some legs. You're trying to get the wheels up, man. You're trying to build up these wheels. You feel me? So your thighs is composed of your quads, your hamstrings, your adductors, abductors. So these are all muscles surrounding the hips, or the thigh muscles. Just all those muscles are within that area. All right. Here's where the adductors play a role. So adductors will help you with the illusions of having thicker, fuller legs. All right. That's how I get away with it. You feel me? So my legs, I'm not saying they're small or whatever the case may be, but what saves me from looking like my legs are bigger than what they are is my adductors. All right. So you want to be conscious of using your adductors all the time. Okay. So as you're like, think of your standing up, think of turning your toes slightly out, like for a squat or something like that, or for a pose, if you're posing for body, but whatever the case may be, right? If your adductors are valid, you've been training them, they got a pump, you're aware of them, you feel me? And you can see them, like you can see like, oh, my inner thighs are kind of beefy. They got some mass to them. You feel me? Now let's say you got some mass to your adductors. That's just gonna make your legs just look huge, man. It's gonna make them look much bigger. All right. So if you're going for the aesthetics, work on your adductors, your hip adductors, please. If you want to save yourself of back pain, if you want to save yourself of groin pain, you feel me? If you want to sink your squats, you feel me? You want to take advantage of that stretch reflex. That's for another video. But if you want to take advantage of that stretch reflex, you feel me? Open up those adductors. Use those adductors, man. You feel me? During the squat, even on a deadlift too. Sumo deadlifts especially. It's super common for people to get injured on a sumo deadlift because their adductors aren't mobile enough. If they're not mobile enough, they're damn sure not going to have stable functions. You feel me? So we have to. This is one of the most heavily slept on muscle groups that nobody really cares to train. They just like, you feel me? Look, man. Ever since I started being unaware of my adductors and using my adductors, yo, squats feels great. I'm always like consistently sinking my squats. I'm be talking about damn near ass to grass because my anatomy doesn't allow me to really go ass to grass because I have really long femurs. But I'm damn near balls, damn near dragging the floor type shit. You feel me? Work on those adductors, man. Like I have no groin pain. My sumo deadlifts feel way more stable. You feel me? It's a flex. It's a flex, man. At work, look, having some nice adductors, that's a nice flex to have, man. You want to take them pictures, turn that inside, that bam. You want to turn your hips outward to really show them out. Yo, come on, man. I'm dropping. I'm letting y'all know right now, man. Hit those adductors, y'all. Thank me later. So, like I said, next video, stretch reflex. Stretch reflex and the Golgi tendons, man. Stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. I'm out of here. Gang, gang.